All right, welcome to the Tuesday show. I'm UltraDavid.
And I'm James Chen. How's everybody going?
So it's been a couple of weeks, which means that we have a bunch of stuff to catch up on.
Yeah, that's
This
right.
is going to be, there's going to be a lot of little stuff in there, as well as some big news. We'll be covering these topics as well as others.
They're showing up as you, literally as you point.
Got it. All right,
So,
all right.
Yeah.
You can see what they are. Again, we'll be talking about a bunch of other stuff as well. But let's start off with a considerably less happy topic.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I mean, I don't want to air out other people's business or whatever that.
Well, it happened. So.
But it's something that we should probably talk about. But when was it? It was 2 nights ago, right? It was Sunday night, I believe it was.
Sounds right.
Basically, NuckleDu, I guess, had tweeted out a very cryptic and very scary tweet.
Yeah.
That was pretty, I guess, final. It was a very final tweet, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, we need to this is a concerning situation, right? Because a lot of people were telling me oh, this is just a joke, whatever. He's just a teenager, whatever. He's just a kid, so whatever. And it's you can't necessarily take that kind of thing for granted.
No.
You know what I mean? I basically I said I'd rather be paranoid and be wrong
Agreed.
than to not try to do anything. And so Team Liquid, his sponsor, did get into contact with him. They did manage to find him, and they talked to him, and I think they offered to fly him and his dog out to California and hang out and just make sure that he's okay. I don't know if he's taken up that offer, but he did tweet the next morning that he seriously was in a very depressed state.
Yeah.
He had definitely contemplated taking his own life, basically. And yeah, it's just something that I want to talk about, because I know depression is a topic that both of us are very serious about. So I don't know, is there anything you wanted to say about that?
Well, first off, obviously everybody's happy that Dude's okay.
Yeah.
In his little twit longer, he talked about how he's viewing this as a second chance now, which I hope is accurate. But depression can definitely swing. I hope that he doesn't just view it as a second chance, but also takes active steps to try to address the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that, look, I've never had suicidal thoughts. That's not my situation, but I definitely have episodes of depression for a long time.
Right, same here, both of us.
Yeah, it runs in my family, to be honest, and I got it. So it's a long-term concern, and like I said, it doesn't show up as depression for me. It's much more about strong apathy.
Okay.
Complete. It's a lack of anything.
Right.
Lack of anything. So I don't know the position that he's in, but I'm happy that he's okay, and I hope that this is one of those situations that could help bring it into the public focus in a way that can be helpful for other people who are feeling that.
Right.
Or maybe that's not their situation. Maybe they're not suicidal, but maybe they have some other, depression manifests itself in them in some different way. And maybe this can be a sort of a wake-up call to people to try to get that stuff addressed.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked about this a lot of times. It's, depression, the hardest part about depression, in all honesty, for me, is that there's a stigma associated with it. A lot of the times that you talk to people who do not suffer from this problem, a lot of them are just like, oh man, come on, dude, how many people have it worse than you? Or why can't you just feel happier? You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's,
it's definitely not.
Right. And the way I've always described it is that, every part of your body can be broken and misfunction, and there's no reason why the brain can't do it either, basically.
Yeah, look, we're just all bags of meat. That's what it is. And my muscle can have some issue with it just as well as the brains up here can. It's just some goop. All right, it can be screwed up.
Dude, I've always said that, to me, kind of one of the things that keeps me in perspective of the world is I'm surprised that humans function as well as they do.
Yeah.
Seriously, I feel like there's so many things that can go wrong with the body, right? That just all sorts of problems can happen. like you said, I mean, I'm glad NuckleDu's okay. When I saw his twit longer, like, I mean, like, I can't even explain it. Like, in my home, like, I saw it on my phone, and I just, like, sat down on my bed, and I actually, like, lost a little bit of, like, blood almost. It felt like something was rushing to my head. I was just, like, super glad. The one thing that he did mention was that he was like, I didn't realize people cared about me this much outside of just playing fighting games, just being a good person at fighting games.
Right.
And like you said, I hope that he does take that to heart. I hope he does understand that everybody in this community, yeah, we're just whatever, but we're family. And that there are people in the community that do care for you. So, you know, if you are in the fighting game community and you do have issues, you know, of depression and stuff like that, there are lots of people to reach out to. Now, there are going to be a lot of wrong people to reach out to you who are going to be like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just be happy? You know, your life is so fine compared to so many. Think of the people in blah, 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 you know. But if you do find the right people who do understand that depression is a disease and depression is a problem, there are those people who understand, and you can reach out to those people.
It's always seemed like such an absurd position to me to just say, "Oh, you should feel happier." It's like telling somebody who just had a serious ankle sprain. Yeah, they can't walk, but you're like, walk it off. Just get up and walk. It's fine. You can. Come on, I do it all the time. That's what it's like. So, anyway, anhedonia is indeed the word for it.
Interesting. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, it's important to view it as something that you can address.
Yeah.
It's a medical issue that can be addressed. I know a lot of people in video games who have had it, and I don't know if we like self-select for that. I always wonder, like, people who play video games, like, have we like self-selected into this?
I mean, it's like,
does depression, is there some link? I don't know.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised because video gaming is a very solo kind of thing. It's easy to engulf yourself into like an external world. You know what I mean?
So I don't know, but in any case, there are lots of people, and you know, if you turn to somebody, they might have a better idea of what you're talking about than you expect. Because as will do. When you just see him walking around, you would have no idea that he's feeling bad. And that's how it manifests in a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So, you know, turn to somebody for help, or you know, sort of think about it as something that you can solve. Mm-hmm. It's not insoluble.
And someone did mention in chat that they saw NuckleDu like a week right before this whole thing happened, and they said he looked fine. Oftentimes, that is going to be the case. Yeah. You know, most people who suffer from depression are really hard to tell. They're not the ones that are sitting there moping around in the corner all day. You know what I mean? The one key thing about depression is you feel bad putting it on other people, so you spend most of the time trying to be as happy as possible and, you know, like seeming all chipper and everything like that, right? So, again, you know, understand that it can happen to anyone. It's definitely a lot of the times the people that you don't expect. And, you know, look, we're not psychiatrists. We can't solve anybody's problems or anything like that. But you know what? I mean, dude, if you have problems, I mean, feel free to tweet me or something. Just to have a voice. Just know that there is somebody out there, you know. And if there's literally no one you can think of, message me. You know what I mean? Talk to me. I you know, like I said, I can't do anything. I'm not certified or whatever like that, but just so you have someone to talk to. You know, if you're FGC, you're family. That's just the way it works. So yeah. But obviously there's also a lot of great resources out there. I probably should have gathered a bunch of them, you know, like depression hotlines and things like that. In fact, someone even tweeted to me after the whole NuckleDu thing, like even situations for like, I think they just released the first hotline for like depression geared towards, you know, trans people in the community and stuff like that. So, you know, there's a lot of resources out there. So definitely try to take advantage of that if you can. So.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to giving Du a big old hug next time he goes to something.
I know, right?
That'll be cool. I hope it's soon.
Yeah. And I really do hope that, you know, he does see the FGC as more than just a bunch of people who like the same hobby and are just acquaintances. I hope he really does see it as kind of a family kind of thing. So.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that's about enough on that topic.
Yeah. I'll send you pictures of my cat. That is probably pretty accurate.
Hey man, having an animal around is really helpful.
Well,
I mean, as evidenced by the story.
Yeah, exactly. Like someone said it in the chat, and it's 100% true that the dog is like the MVP.
Oh yeah,
it's like the real MVP.
Yeah,
of this
animals can sense that there's some issue. They're pretty good at that.
Yeah. Animals
shout outs to dogs and cats.
Yeah,
and cats.
Absolutely.
But dogs.
Anyway. Dogs more so. Dogs more so, I think.
Anyway, all right. Well, let's move on to other stuff.
Yeah, no problem. Let's talk about this upcoming patch that's coming out for Street Fighter V. I want to get the full patch list from the Capcom website here. I think it's right here. Yeah, dude, I didn't know there was this many animal emotes in
Oh,
Twitch.
look at all of those. Nice. Pixelated Soul has a good lineup.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So let's go through. So Street Fighter V, they said there's coming. So there's a March update that's coming out. This is supposed to add a lot of the one-player content to the game.
Right. Yeah.
You know, supposedly, I don't think they've confirmed it yet, but is Alex supposed to come with this patch?
I believe so.
Okay.
But I'm not sure about that.
But there's also a couple of gameplay changes that are being associated with that, and not anything that's particularly necessarily balance patching. This is just bug fixes right now. However, there's a couple of universal things that they did that I feel like they're trying to address.
Oh yeah.
And they are hunting down those option selects.
That's exactly right. Yeah, they're looking to kill option selects.
Yeah.
Remember when I found that no crush option select in the beta?
Uh-huh.
Out of there. It's gone. When I put the video out, I was maybe they already knew about it, but in any case, it's gone.
Yeah.
So, they're hunting for that stuff, and when they find it, it's gone.
Yeah, the main one right now is that recently refound Nerd Josh's tech. Although I heard they're a little different, I'm not sure.
Oh, really? Okay.
But in any case, Nerd Josh in one of the betas found a pseudo crouch tech, right? And then Eno from Japan, old CVS2 player, showed basically the same tech, which is you can actually do a crouching attack and still throw tech. So normally when you're in the middle of a move, if you get thrown, you can't tech a throw anymore. But I guess they had a miscalculation on the windows or something. I don't know the exact details of it.
Okay.
But I was told by PROG that it's frame perfect. Like it's literally hit low strong or whatever button, and then exactly 2 frames later hit the throw or something.
Interesting.
So there's like a window where basically you could still throw tech even though you're in the startup of a move like that. And they're getting rid of that.
Well, yeah.
They're just getting rid of that. Basically they say if you push buttons during the normal throw delayed tech window, you are unable to escape throws for 2 frames.
Right.
So there's that 2 frame counter. Whatever the situation is, I'm not exactly sure how it's working out, but they took it out, and now you can't actually do a crouch tech, throw tech anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's, they've been very explicit about wanting to get rid of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing implicit about it. So whenever that gets found, they will be working to remove it. Mm-hmm. I know that Combo Fiend hates that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He always has.
Oh, yeah.
He wants it to be about individual decision making. And as much as I like to find setups and option selects, it's fun for me, I also don't want to have to do that.
Right. Yeah.
It's nice after 7 years of playing an option select heavy game, or maybe 5 more accurately.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to have a game that's more or less without that. It's never going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, there's that auto tech, it's the same tech from MKX.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. I have that on the list of things that we can talk about a little bit later on.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. But there is a new option select in the game that it's been there, it's been found.
Right.
That they'll probably address. They'll probably fix. So.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, like you said, it's not necessarily that you like option selects. I know you just like to find them because it's fun to, break games and kind of a weird. It's just, again, you're outsmarting the game. That's how I've always described option selects. Yeah. Like, everyone's always like, get rid of them, just take them out. And it's not, you can't. because it's literally just you outsmarting the game, and that's all it really comes down to. So.
In SF4, I liked them too because I thought they were necessary. I thought that the game would have died without that. I thought it was a bad game.
Right, honestly. Because it was like on wake up, they could uppercut or backdash or block or focus or so yeah, you had all these nice options to cover.
In SF5, that doesn't seem so necessary. So anyway.
But interestingly enough, there is another option select that people have been utilizing, which is hold down back when you get up, and then like hold up back and then throw tech.
Yeah.
Which basically is this throw jump, throw escape tech. So that way, if they attacked, you blocked. If they didn't do anything, you would jump back right away. And if they did throw, you would jump back and then tech, and then basically you would end up checking the throw.
Yeah.
So in order to try to solve that, they basically changed it so that if you execute specific special moves during the normal throw delay window, you're unable to... Wait, no, that's the same one. Oh, where's the other one? There it is right there. All characters, that's what it is. Okay, they have changed it so that their vertical, their neutral jump, and back jumps have changed from 3 frames to 4 frames pre-jump frames. So if you don't know what pre-jump frames are, they're the frames that you're animating to look like you're about to jump. You're still considered grounded, but you can't be thrown a lot of the times. So when you get hit out of the pre-jump frames, you stay on the ground, but you can't be thrown.
Right.
It was always 4 frames in Street Fighter 4, and I guess they moved it to 3 frames in this game, but they changed it so that it's 4 frames now. They left forward jumps alone at 3 frames because they said it actually affected the game too much to increase that. But basically, they increased it from 3 to 4 frames. And it's interesting because a lot of people were saying, and Eno, one of the guys who's been finding all this, basically, look, there's 3 people you need to follow on Twitter right now. And that's Eno, which is like Eno VS, I don't remember. Yeah. Hameko from Japan, and Javits from the US. Like, if you follow those 3 guys, you will get all of the tech for fighting games, like for Street Fighter 5. But Eno has talked about this, and he said it's not going to remove the tech. The tech is still going to exist. So what exactly is the change? And I've seen people talk about it and discuss it, and I really honestly think it's just designed so that you have 1 extra frame to catch someone before they jump with a normal button if you just delay your meaty. You know, so if you know they're going to do that tech, as soon as they start to jump, like you wait a little bit and then do a not a true meaty attack. And then you have 4 frames to catch them before they jump so that it's a little riskier and they can get punished more. I think that's what it is. The tech will still exist for meaties and throws and and do nothing. But I just think it'll be a little bit easier to catch them on the ground. Okay. And I think that's all it is, really.
That's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
There were, as you said, there's some character bug changes, but whatever.
Yeah, nothing.
I don't remember any of those being super important.
I mean, Vega can't fly away into the sky forever. I guess there was just some weird bugs with Bison and Rashid and Chun. Nothing huge. There's no actual gameplay changes. And in fact, they've said that they don't want to do any gameplay changes for like the whole first year.
Right? I hope that's true. I hope that's true. So far, it doesn't seem necessary.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the patch that's coming out. Oops, I don't know why I have the etc. there because the etc. is below. Alright.
Did you want to talk about Alex at the same time?
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about Alex first then. Sure. Okay. So as we mentioned, part of the patch is going to be also the release of Alex.
Alex.
The first DLC character that's going to be coming out.
From Street Fighter 3.
Yes.
And not just Third Strike.
Definitely a lot of people super excited for this character. In fact, people in Japan they're like, why is he so popular? You know, they didn't even know you. Well, he's popular apparently enough that they're releasing him as the first character.
Sick.
And there's definitely been some mixed emotions on this character that I've seen.
Yeah, what do you think about his look?
I mean, look, someone needs to teach the Street Fighter V artists how to make hair.
The hair is an issue.
The hair... I mean, look, the best tweets that I saw were the Street Fighter fast food hair, which... Well, no, it was food hair, which they basically replaced Alex with McDonald's fries. Hair with McDonald's fries. Yeah. They replaced Ken with bananas, of course, and Karen with curly fries.
Yep.
But the best part was that the Arby's Twitter responded to that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and basically all they said was, I guess we have to main Karen now.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's amazing.
That's awesome.
Dude, whoever's running the Arby's Twitter account, like, he is an FGC fan. Did you see the Mortal Kombat tweet they sent out?
I guess not.
They took a bunch of curly fries and put them in the shape of the Mortal Kombat dragon.
Really?
Yeah, and I forgot they tweeted out, like, finish him or something like that. Or dude.
All right. And we're talking about real Arby's, not nihilist Arby's.
Yeah, not nihilist. This is the legit Arby's account.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, someone says, to quote Eris, we eat sports now.
Yeah, eat sports, yeah.
But yeah, no, whoever's running that Twitter account, that's awesome. I think that's awesome that he's like, it's kind of like when Eat24 was like responding to all of us. I don't know if he runs it anymore because they got bought out by Yelp, right?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, so Alex is, in my view, a little bit janky looking.
Right.
I don't really care that much about that, but if that's your bag, then he's a little bit janky looking.
Yes, finish them. Yeah, let me see if I can get this on stream.
Okay,
here.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get this on stream, guys. Take. There's just gonna be a blank window here.
All right, that's fine. I'll just, we'll just talk. Anyway, the looks are, I don't know, man. It's not the greatest in the world, but I'm really interested to see what they do with the character. So we know some of his things. We know that the V reversal is basically, the animation is his stand medium kick from Third Strike.
Right.
For example.
There we go.
There you go. Nice.
Look at that.
That's pretty great.
So sick, dude.
Yeah.
I can't believe he found the right fries to even do that. Because I swear it's like he found the perfect fries. Especially this one right here.
Oh, that's a good fry.
The one that's curling for the tongue. Like, that's perfect right there.
That actually might be multiple fries. Because there's one, do you see the one underneath it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There might be some overlap there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Dude, I'll tell you right now.
Hey, go to the Alex thing while this is up.
Oh, sure. I really want to, I really want to eat at Arby's right now. Dude, I'm so sad because I love the restaurant, dude. Don't get me wrong. So I'm a big Arby's fan. I've always eaten Arby's. And the two Arby's near me have both closed. So I just have no access to Arby's anymore.
I didn't know they died.
Yeah, it makes me sad.
Yeah, there you go. There is Alex himself. Is the hair one? Can you scroll down and find like the hair?
Well, here's kind of a little bit of the hair.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do something like this here. Get a better, closer picture of the hair. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that hair.
It's hard to understand, man. It's hard to understand.
The hair is not good.
Yeah.
And you can totally see why it looks like French fries.
Oh,
someone
perfect.
also like compared him to dude, I don't watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but the main character in Aqua Teen.
Frylock.
Yeah, Frylock. There you go. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also thought it kind of looked like the Giants Causeway. Personally, I don't know.
The what?
The Giants. It's a.
Oh, okay.
Geological.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway. Let's talk about the character and what he does.
Sure.
So we don't know that much about it. Like there hasn't been a trailer or anything, right?
No.
I haven't missed that. Okay, cool.
I mean, some people are speculating final round.
Yeah, right.
Which would make total sense.
Right. Anyway, the V skill is interesting. It's basically his taunt from Third Strike, right? Where he does the little wheel up, which is always cool looking, and then he does more damage afterward. But in this game, it's going to be that he does counter hit damage on anything that comes afterwards. So even if it's not a counter hit, like he'll get in there and deal the big stuff.
See, what I hope is that because he gets counter hit, he needs to have crush counters on like everything that makes their back turn, so he can do the back throw.
I hope so, James. Dude. I hope so. I'll be sad if that's not there.
Oh man, but so I had two really important questions I wanted to ask about this character.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one of them was, what happens if you use him on the stage that he's in the background? Right?
Oh.
You know, so...
What happened in SF4 when Hugo was in front of Andor?
I don't remember now.
Me neither.
I think Hugo disappeared, right?
Did he?
Or, I don't know.
What about when Yun is playing on that stage where there's like Yun and Yang?
I think Yun just... I think Yun...
I don't know.
Yeah, goes away. Yeah.
Never paid attention to it.
I mean, if there was two Yuns, I wouldn't have been shocked.
Yeah,
that way.
Whatever.
The second most important question is he going to have Street Fighter 3 New Generation's voice or Street Fighter 3 voice? Is he going to have the, the deep voice, or is he going to go, weak, you can't escape?
That's a good question.
Like, someone literally thought, one of my friends literally thought when he gained that really high voice that it was his girlfriend saying it off screen. Like, it just didn't even process to him that could have been Alex's voice.
He has cool lines, though.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope that they just keep some of those verbatim.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's got sick lines in SF3. So, anyway, the V trigger. Mm-hmm. It's a lariat or something. Scroll down to it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There's something going on there.
Mm-hmm. Let's do this again. There we go. Do this in real time.
Don't lose.
At ease, loser. Oh, there's a good fry head.
There's the fry head. There you go.
There's the fry head. I mean, look at this. Look at that, dude. I mean, seriously, they just need to get McDonald's to sponsor this game. Put the little M on his head right there, and it'd be perfect.
And also, why is his hair now is underneath the bandana? It used to overflow the bandana.
Yeah, you said. I guess because he's younger and he has shorter hair.
Oh, he hasn't grown it out yet? Is that the shtick?
I guess. And everyone kept saying that these look like fruit roll-ups or something like that. So
They do. Yeah.
But let's see. V-trigger, rage shift. So here we go. He comes through and he lariats the opponent right here. And I guess he can land additional attacks afterwards. So I'm not sure what the deal with that is, but there's his at ease loser and weak,
now,
his taunt.
Is it at ease loser or is it that easy loser? I always thought it was that easy.
Oh, interesting. I always thought it was at ease.
Interesting. Loser. I'd never thought about that before.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm totally sidetracking this.
Yeah, whatever. Go for it.
It's funny because it's like basically the same characters. Two of the most hotly contested lines in Street Fighter history was Iron Man in Marvel Superheroes. Did he say superior attack or did he say superior tech?
Oh, okay,
right?
Okay.
And then, of course, although this one does have an answer, was War Machine in NBC when he does the super, because he goes, if I can make it, or here's my Sunday best,
Right,
but it is here's my Sunday best, right? But it just doesn't sound anything like that, so. So everyone's saying tech, but I'm curious to see what everyone's saying at ease.
No, not everybody. Some people said that easy.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Well, I just don't know which one it is.
Okay. That's really funny.
So hopefully we'll find out more about the character pretty soon. I am very interested in the idea of him, and we'll see. I guess how it goes. Yeah, go to the thing here. I don't know.
Okay, sure.
Might as well.
I mean, it's interesting because some people were saying he looks really toned down from his third strike counterpart because he doesn't have like the stomp move. He doesn't have the DDT. Yeah. Everyone's missing the DDT, right?
Sure,
So here we go. He's got the flash chop here, smack. He's got the knee smash, the uppercut.
Hopefully that's actually useful.
Power bomb. I mean, look, these were his 3 original moves in New Generations.
Yeah.
He didn't have the little charge. Yeah. He had the stomp, though. He had the stomp. He did not have the DDT. But then they also, made a stun gun headbutt a special move, which is kind of neat. And then he's got... Oh, there's the fruit roll-ups right there.
All over the place.
Yeah. And apparently he dives you down, and he's another grappler who can plant people again, so...
The old up into the air, then back down grappler special move.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. Now, here's the thing, though. I'm not sad that they didn't give him DDT and Stomp and the charge and everything like that. Because, look, I know in Street Fighter 4 they tried to make Ibuki and Makoto and Dudley and Yun and Yang as close to their third strike counterparts as possible. But those guys are designed for games with parries.
Yeah, it didn't work, yeah.
Those characters, I mean, almost all of them have this ridiculous mix-up game when you get up, and they have way too much options. Like Yun... maybe Yang is the only one that didn't quite get there. Maybe Hugo, right? But Ibuki, Dudley was really good. Yun, of course, everybody hated. Makoto, there's a lot of people. I mean, although I don't know a lot of people who hate Makoto. I mean, look, there's a reason why they're all super good in that game. Is because they're designed for Street Fighter 3 with a game with parries. So the fact that they toned Alex down... I'm fine with that, because if they gave him all that stuff, he'd just be too good.
I just want him to be a new character in the same way that all the other returning characters are new characters. Like Vega is very different.
Yeah.
Right? Even Zangief is quite different. Like a lot of characters are different. That's what I hope they do. I don't want them to be the same. Right? So that's cool with me. That said, he better still have back turn into sick command grabs.
The headbutt chokehold. The flash
little
chop
choke out.
chokehold. Yeah. That's
Link
like
choke out into super. So sick.
That's the most important one, dude.
Yeah.
I used to always want to kill people with that.
Yeah, it's
That was
awesome.
like the best way to kill people.
Well, okay, that's probably it for SF5 Patch Talk.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll know
for
more
sure.
about Alex soon. As we'll get to, there's a big premiere event coming up for the Capcom Pro Tour, so that would be fantastic timing.
They've used it before to announce a lot of things. They announced the Capre there before, so let's see if we get anything this year.
Yeah, we will see. We will see.
Okay, some other very unexpected news that came out of nowhere was that Riot Games, the company that makes League of Legends, of course, super huge in the world of esports.
Probably don't need to introduce League of Legends.
Yeah, exactly. They purchased Radiant Entertainment, which is the company that produced Stonehearth as well as Rising Thunder.
Right.
So they have purchased the company that currently Tom and Tony Cannon are at, Seth Killian is at, and I even saw a tweet from Tragic that said he's joining them. Madge is there.
So if you're not familiar with these characters, that means that two of the founders of EVO, or the founders of EVO, also Seth Killian, who for a long time was associated with it, and also was the Street Fighter 4 guy who made everything work, whatever his role is, I forget. And Madge, awesome combo video developer, very knowledgeable.
Right, very tech-savvy person.
Tech-savvy, Tragic, who is the mic guy during Top 8 of EVO. And also is a developer in his own right and has worked at many different locations.
He worked on like Darksiders, I think it was. And
that sounds right.
Yeah, and a bunch of other games.
He's definitely traveled around. He has a lot of experience. So they have a team there that is... Oh, Pat Flip.
Oh, Pat the Flip.
Also
he's a
part of
community
it.
manager there.
Right, community manager, but as well, he's done a bunch of things in fighting games.
Yeah, Cannons invented SRK. They created SRK.
Right, there
Basically, the Cannons are
Super
the only
important.
reason why the fighting game community exists today.
Big part of it.
I will stick by that claim. Dude.
If you have to point out like two people in North America, they're probably the ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, very FGC heavy, fantastic developer, and I'm really interested to see what they will be doing at Riot Games because that hasn't been announced.
Right.
We don't know what it is that they've been acquired for.
Right.
But we can speculate.
One of the most unfortunate turns for them is when they created Stonehearth. Because they created that, they patented the name, they created all the websites, they bought all the stuff, and then Blizzard was like, hey, Hearthstone!
Yep, I remember that.
And then, so they decided to keep Stonehearth, but now Blizzard owns Hearthstone, and Riot owns Stonehearth. So that's even going to be more confusing.
We'll see, yeah.
But the interesting part about it is, in the press release, it said that the Rising Thunder alpha, basically, is shutting down.
Right.
So here, let me read it directly here. As for Rising Thunder, so Stonehearth is going to go on, which I think is super cool because that's the game that the Cannons kickstarted and got them this company, and that helped get this company going in the first place. But in the press release it says, as for Rising Thunder, the team will start work on a new game that we're incredibly excited about. We wish we could say more now, but rest assured you'll hear more when the time is right. For now, we will be permanently closing Rising Thunder on March 18th, thanks to everyone who participated in the alpha.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's a lot of people that are saying that Rising Thunder is no more, right? That it's just going to go away and be gone, right? I don't know if that's the case or not. Like
That would be my reading of that.
Okay.
But, I don't know, you could be right.
I mean, I hope it not. I mean, I'm really sad to see it go because they put a lot of work into it. The game was coming along really.
I agree.
Yeah.
They're making League of Legends fighting game.
You're positive of that, huh?
Yeah, doesn't it make absolute total sense?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So they're not only are they bought by the people who make League, okay, but Rising Thunder itself had a cooldown system. It had 4 buttons, all right, just like in League.
It's going to be free to play.
It's free to play. It's like so clearly what they're doing. I don't know why they didn't just say, hey everybody, we're making a League fighting game. But okay, well, we'll see if that speculation. I don't have any secret info. I'm just,
right.
I am speculating, but that's in my view, pretty well informed speculation.
I am gonna miss.
We'll see.
I'm gonna miss so much the actual foreign language speaking in that game.
Yeah.
That was like my favorite thing about it. That was like my favorite thing. So, yeah, but I mean, like I said, they put a lot of work in that game, and I do feel kind of bad in a way, because like I know like Madge probably put a lot of heart and soul in that. Madge cannot do a project without just like immersing himself in that project. So, if it's true that the game is gone for good, that would be unfortunate. I mean, it's because the thing about it is free to play, much more approachable. It would have been a great gateway into the FGC. It would have been the perfect gateway into the FGC. So we're definitely missing something like that. I feel like if Rising Thunder is gone, then we need to have something that maybe tries to fill in that void. But
it's going to be League of Legends, the fighting game. That's what's going to fill the void.
No, if League of Legends fighting game comes out, it's just going to take over the FGC. That's it. We're done. We're done. So. That's it. Yep.
You don't think that they're just going to reskin Talos into Blitzcrank?
Dude, I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with that, but good luck to everybody who's involved. I've heard that they're still going to stay in NorCal. That team, Radiant, is based in Northern California, and League, Riot, is based in SoCal. Yeah. So
would have loved to have them all move down here. But probably not going to happen. So.
Pretty well established up there. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's really cool, though. I mean, I can't wait to see what's in store. Like, I can't wait till they can start announcing what they're working on and all their plans and everything like that. It's a good group of guys to work on that, to work on whatever it is they're working on. So I can imagine.
Pat's a former Riot employee.
Dude, I wonder, was he sent there to be to investigate? Yeah, I know. I wonder. Like, Pat keeps making all these jokes like, I can't escape. They just grab me back again. But I don't know, dude. Like, I think he's...
We'll never know.
Conspiracy theories.
Yes. Okay, well, that's probably about it for that. Do you want to take a break?
Well, the only thing that I just wanted to bring up really quick was that another interesting announcement that came out was that Microsoft is going to open their platform for cross-network play, finally. Yay!
That is, to be fair, super cool news.
Yeah.
I wish all the big consoles did that. Right? It's something we've always wanted, right? Going back to Genesis versus Super Nintendo, it would have been super sick if I could have, had, I don't know, maybe like Blood in Mortal Kombat. I'm trying to think of games that I would have wanted for Super Nintendo that I didn't have, but Genesis was all garbage, so it doesn't even matter.
Damn.
Let's move on. But it would have been cool.
But yeah.
On the other hand, I'm like, everybody wants that, but none of the console makers are prepared to give that because they think that they can get people to buy their stuff.
Right, exactly.
So now Microsoft isn't doing that. They're opening it up, and part of that is because they have a big extended plan to, oh man, I blew up the internet. Yeah, that's right. Part of that is that they, in general, want people to just use Windows or Microsoft devices, Windows 10, whatever it is. The other part of it is that Xbone didn't work out. And if they could convince you that there's not a penalty to buying Xbox,
yes,
if you can play with your buddies who are all on PS4 or PC, and you can do so by buying our system, why not Zoidberg? Right?
Yeah.
Why not buy it? That's it. I feel like that's the reason.
Yeah.
But it is very cool news, and I really hope that Sony. No need to finish that sentence. Sony won't open it up, but it would be super cool.
Look, the whole thing for me was just like, I remember when sorry, my brain like completely just disappeared. Okay, never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say about the Xbox.
Xbox is Zoidberg, right? Yeah,
it stinks. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, I've said this a long time ago, even about like Nintendo consoles, right? Like, what if they actually made a Nintendo console that actually had equal graphics to a lot of the other consoles out there. If they just did that and Call of Duty on the Nintendo could be just as good as Call of Duty on the other consoles, and you have the opportunity to buy Smash Brothers, wouldn't that just sell a ton more consoles, right? So I feel like it's kind of a similar thing how you're like, why not? Why haven't they just opened that up for a long time? So yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's cool. Hopefully fighting games that, you know, that do come out on multiple platforms. Right now I think there's only one, right? MKX.
Oh yeah.
Right, is the only one, but hopefully that means future fighting games can come out on multiple platforms and you can play each other.
That would be really cool. Probably not gonna happen.
Yeah,
but,
no, I
pretty
actually,
cool.
I actually do agree with some people that Nintendo probably wouldn't sell much anyway. Just there's too much of a stigma of it being a kiddie console. You know,
yeah,
so.
Well, they've done that to themselves, but yeah you're right. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a different thing. So, okay, that is cool news.
Yes. Okay. Now we can take a break.
Let's do it.
And when we come back, event news and game news and all sorts of fun, cool stuff. Be right back.
Coming up this weekend is Final Round. It is a huge tournament, as always. It's also the start of the Capcom Pro Tour Premier events. And of course, Street Fighter V just came out last month, so that's going to be big. We'll talk about a bunch of players showing up there.
Oh, that's right.
Also big for Mortal Kombat X, which just had the Combat Pack 2 released. MKXL is out. And that DLC will be tournament legal.
Yes, that's right.
It will be playable at Final Round.
Which is a concern, right?
For some people, that's a concern. Yes. So not only did all the cast got some balance changes, okay, in this new version. You have to sort of think of it like it's a new game in the sense that like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was different from Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Right.
Like balance changes to the engine, all sorts of stuff. So not only do you have to learn all of those changes to the characters in the game engine, but there's also 4 new characters, and those characters are super good. Very good.
They are, huh? It's Tanya syndrome again, basically, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
It's Tanya syndrome.
Okay.
Yeah. If you recall, I believe it was CEO. It was half the top 8 was Tanya, or all the top 4 used her, or it was something like that, where it was just unreasonable.
Okay, why can't I remember Jun's Twitter name?
June?
FGC English, you know, the guy who does all the translation works.
Yeah, isn't that it?
Isn't that it? Because I don't see it. Is there an underscore in the middle?
I really don't remember, man. I just always follow it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hold on, it's Fighting Game ESL.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Oh, I have the list of players. Is that what you're looking for?
Oh, yeah, that's...
yeah, I already have it.
Okay.
So anyway, for MKX, some players did not want that DLC to be tournament legal because they think that some of those characters will get toned down, and also because it's like such a new thing that came out like last week, so they don't think that there's enough time. But definitely expect to see a lot of Alien in that tournament if you'll be following. By the way, very interesting character.
Okay. Just
really good. But he has some cool stuff. And same with Triborg, aka most particularly Cyber Sub-Zero and Cyrax have just some pretty bonkers stuff.
Dude, that combo that was like 17 bombs or something like that.
Oh, max I've seen is 10, I think.
Oh, okay, but I mean that one combo was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the best part about it was like it did like 49% damage. Like halfway through the combo, it had done 48% damage. And if you like look at every hit at the end, it's like 0.3, 0.1, 0.1, 0.03, 0.40. Like it just did no damage at the end. But seriously, it was like bombs all day. So
yeah. Leatherface is really good.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, dude. You can't be bad if you have half-screen overheads that just control space. Like they're not even super fast. They're just like everything, and it's cancelable.
Oh, that's not even a special move?
No, dude, that's normal.
Jeez, because
he has a special move.
Right, because I was thinking, you remember when we played a long time ago when you used Kotal Khan, you had that swing sword and I would jump and get hit, but you couldn't cancel it into anything. So, dude, so you could like make it safe on block and everything.
Yeah, man.
Okay, that's awesome.
And he zones. He has a zoning variation. He has a really tricky variation. They're just really good characters. Bo' Rai Cho is probably a longer term character.
Okay.
But he might have some pretty silly stuff too.
Okay.
So
Okay.
anyway, we'll see how MK shows up. I'm going to be really excited to watch, but
Right.
I know that as I said, a lot of the players are not looking forward to having to deal with the DLC. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, that's MK.
One thing I wanted to say, like just in case people are new to the FGC, that they're not aware, Final Round is like the pedigree of Final Round is very strong. It's run by one Larry Scott Dixon, aka Shin Blanca. Keep in mind that this year that's coming up is Final Round 19.
Dang.
It's been going on for 19 years in a row. I mean, literally the first year I think was like 8 people like sitting at tables. Like I heard it was like super small, but it was an event, right? A whole bunch of people in the Atlanta area gathered.
Yeah.
And since then, you know, Larry's been putting this on for 19 years straight. I mean, Final Round is older than probably some people in this chat.
Absolutely.
You know, it's ridiculous. I mean, this thing has been, technically, it's the longest lasting FGC major, period.
That, as far as I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's been super hype every year. It's always super exciting. It's a great event. So, it's always awesome that Final Round kind of gets to kick off the CPT year. Now, obviously, there were some ranking events before this one, but this is the first premier event for Street Fighter V. As a result, not only is it going to be exciting and hype and everything because it's Final Round, but there are a lot of invaders coming along.
Yeah. So over 900 people so far, right? Is the number of entrants.
That's what Larry told me, that there are over 900 people pre-registered. He didn't specify Street Fighter V. However, they had already said there was over 800 3 days ago.
For Street Fighter V.
Yeah, for Street Fighter V. So just given how Street Fighter V has been doing at all these events, it's a safe bet to say that it's just 900 for that game.
And, you know, he was on Best of 3 earlier today, and he said that they would probably hit the 1,024 cap.
There's a cap?
Yeah.
He probably never even had to think about worrying about it.
Yeah, it's like pie in the sky, right? But
oh my God.
now it's there. So it is going to be gigantic, and you can expect the good North American players from the West Coast, from the East Coast, from the South, from Midwest. Everybody's going to be there.
Yeah, and so before you read off some of the names that are going to be there from Asia, do want to give a chance to give a shout out to Junichi, who does all these translations, Fighting Game ESL on Twitter. He's translated a ton of the Japanese blog information, or like when they do like the Topanga streams, he'll translate all of that. Apparently he translates the Tuesday show into Japanese.
Right.
Which is crazy to me. That guy's done a lot of really awesome work. Someone literally contributed to our Patreon and said, can you give him a shout out? Because he does so much work.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, no problems with that at all.
That's at Fighting Game ESL on Twitter.
Very cool guy. We've met him at a lot of events.
Yeah.
He looks kind of like Kazunoko in a way, I think, sometimes.
He's Japanese.
Yeah, I'm doing the whole all Asians look the same thing kind of saying. Yeah. But, okay, someone actually has the pre-registration numbers here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But go ahead and talk about some of the guys who are going to be showing up to this thing.
Just wanted to say what the website is, fgtranscribe.blogspot.com.
Okay.
So you can check them out.
Okay, so, well, according to this graphic here, it looks like Street Fighter V is at 864 players right now, but there are over 2,000 people who have registered for this whole entire event.
That might not be the most recent.
Right, and it could be out of date as well. Yeah.
I mean, Larry just told you it's over 900.
Yeah, he just told me literally like 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure that's what that means.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Junichi says that players going to Final Round from Japan include Tokido, Momochi, Mago, Kazunoko, Reiketsu, Dogura, Go1, Bonchan, Haitani, Fudo, Chocoblanca.
Jesus.
That's a good list.
Jeez.
It's a good list. And it's cool. And Infiltration is going. I believe I heard that Xiaohai, Dako, Darkjiwa are also going from China. I would expect Xian to be there from East Asia. I would expect GamerB to be there. You know, there's going to be just a ton of people from East Asia as well as from North America. I don't know about Europe. I just haven't heard. If somebody knows, please let me know, because I would love to know. Is Punko going as well? Okay. Punko's going. There you go. But anyway, let me know if you've heard that somebody from Europe is going. I hope that they do, because they definitely have talent out there.
Right.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing what some of these people do. Now, we've seen, videos of some of these players playing. I've seen Mago Karen. Okay.
Oh, someone said that GamerB. Oh, he can't go.
GamerB cannot go. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Mago Karen. I've seen Kazunoko play Cammy. Seen Reketsu play Vega still. I've seen some of these Fudo, Mika. I've definitely seen these people play on CFN, like CFN replays. I don't know if that's their real stuff.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, someone said that Fudo actually plays Fang, but he just likes Mika because Mika has so many things he can get away with right now that he can't resist.
I heard that as well. Yeah. I also heard that some of these players are switching to Chun-Li as well. So we'll see.
Choice.
It is
good
a good
choice. Are we gonna have Third Strike flashbacks?
Maybe, dude.
Third Strike flashbacks?
Maybe. It's funny because she's the only one who seems like she's like definitely a tier above.
Yeah.
Some people think that there's another, like maybe she's Chun-Li plus somebody else, but like everybody has Chun-Li up there.
So. I mean, I've said this a million times. If I had to do a tier list, it would be S, A+, A, and A-, and she's the only character that I have in S so far.
I would just have it A+ Chun, A everybody, A- Fang.
Yeah, it's really interesting right now because I played her a little bit online, right? So I played against you a little bit, but I did take her for a spin on ranking at one point in time, and she's the only character that like clearly I forget options. Like other characters, I'll forget one or two cool things that I can do, but like I'm always playing Chun-Li. I'm like, oh, that's right, I forgot she can do this. Oh, that's right, I forgot she can do this. Oh, that's right, I have this overhead that's -2. Like I keep constantly having to remember all this. She just has so many tools. Oh man.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how it shapes out. The tournaments that have happened so far, Chun-Li hasn't done that, right? Laura won Can Winter Clash, Nash won Winter Brawl.
Yeah.
I don't think Chun was in top 3 or top 8 of either.
I don't remember.
I don't think she was in top 8.
And it's interesting because at 3 of the biggest, 4 of the biggest weeklies, right? Zangief has been winning Wednesday night fights, right? Dalsum has been winning NLBC the most. Phenom's Bison has been winning in Europe the most. LPN's mostly been winning Churning the Butter, right?
Yeah.
With Birdie, if I'm not mistaken, right? Is he still playing Birdie now?
He definitely plays Birdie. Okay. I think Bison as well. But.
Yeah, so... again, it's super early.
Too early.
Too early to say anything.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so excited.
Yeah, Mika won NLBC last week.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. She did.
That's right.
And of course, Ken won Wednesday night fights last week as well, but that's because Snake Eyes wasn't there. Ooh, poor Chris. Dude, he's gonna hear that for his whole life. I
know,
swear.
right? Yeah.
It sucks. Dude.
Oh yeah, Alyun did win a tournament with Chun-Li. That's right. That did happen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Dude, someone needs to make an Amadeus parody and have like Snake Eyes be Amadeus and like Chris Terry and Salieri. If God created you, why did he create created me, why did he create you? Dude.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen Amadeus? Oh my god.
Sorry, man.
Actually, and the quote that I just gave was actually from Romance of the Three Kingdoms, so I apologize.
Well, let's
so you're being mad at Zhuge Liang.
Rewind a little bit.
Yeah, because Zhuge Liang is too smart, none of Zhou Yu's plans worked, and on his deathbed, he basically screamed, if God created me, why did he create Zhuge Liang? He was really sad.
He must have been.
Yeah, it was rough.
Rough times.
It was absolutely rough.
Well, it'll be fascinating to see what ends up happening.
That's why it's so exciting. That is why it's so, because
this
is our first time we're going to see a lot of this stuff. We will be there.
Yes.
We'll be doing commentary for this. Dude, look, the game is 2 weeks old. We're going to be getting stuff wrong all over the place.
Yeah.
Bear with us,
Probably
please. So, I have been going through as many of the characters as I can just to figure out what they did. Up until 2 days ago, I didn't even know how to do half of Fang's moves and stuff. So,
yeah, it's definitely going to take a little while, but it'll be fun to see. So that'll be Street Fighter V. keep in mind that final round is always something to look for Tekken and for
DOA.
Yeah, DOA. Marvel 3 will have some interesting stuff going on. Justin Wong is gonna play, and Evo champion and also recent Winter Brawl champion Kane Blue River will.
Oh, is he gonna be there?
Yeah.
Oh, sick, nice. Yeah. Okay. Good
so a lot of good stuff to watch.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it gonna be spooky stream?
Pretty sure. I mean, I'm just gonna assume it is because it always is. Well, Street Fighter will be on Capcom Fighters.
Fair enough.
Right. So. But yeah, I mean, look.
Team Spooky for other stuff, probably.
Yeah, final round is starting off a whole slew of this stuff because the next week right afterwards is going to be NCR, which is another premier event, and the events are going to come rolling.
Yep.
They're coming on in, so there you go. Okay. Speaking of premier events and big events, well, actually, do you want to go over some results?
Yes.
Let's go over some results. So there hasn't been a lot of huge things over the past couple of weeks. If there's anything that we miss, please let us know because at least my memory is god awful. So 2 weeks ago in Korea, there was the Magic Stick Cup, and thanks to K7 here in the chat, K7X, who gave me the results of that.
Nice.
The results were 7th place were S-Rot and Punko. Punko.
Okay.
And I will say this, I'm not impressed by Punko's Cammy right now. I'm not. Actually, I watch Juicebox play Cammy. I like Juicebox's Cammy a little bit more. I felt like he had some better tech and stuff like
I hope he travels again, by the way. He could be good.
Yeah. Raging Storm X got 5th place. Neo got 5th place. It's different Neo, I'm sure.
Of course.
4th place was Mad KOF.
Sick.
There you go. 3rd place was I'm J Bum.
Okay.
2nd place was Lim83 Man.
Okay.
And 1st place, Mr. Infiltration.
Mr. Sexy, according to his interview on Best of 3 today.
Yes. I think, look, Infiltration has been looking super strong in all the little bits of footage that I've seen from him.
Yeah.
But one of the things that K7X mentioned was that some of these players are new names.
Yo, that's Weirdo Neo.
Oh, that's Weirdo Neo.
According to chat folks.
Oh, is he coming back? Is he going to play again? Because, I mean, he's super famous now because he was on Korea's American Idol, basically.
Yeah.
It turned out he had, the most ridiculous of voices, and he got to, top 4 or something.
He was good.
And he became, super famous. It was, FGC, whatever.
But he was really good.
He had the best jury at the time.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So I watched Infiltration a little bit last night as he played online.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of downtime on a Street Fighter V stream while it's looking for ranked.
Right.
So he's singing and whatever.
Yeah, of course.
It's really funny. And then he plays and he got a 90-game win streak. And that dude was not rage quitting.
Hey, look, I'm just going to say that I actually feel like that you might get less matches the higher ranked you are because there's not that many people who are in Platinum and in, gold and all those areas. So it might be harder to find matches. Because I'll tell you right now, where I'm at right now, I get lots of matches.
That's funny.
I haven't been having any problems at all.
That's funny. But I recommend checking out his stream.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He has an awesome stream. He has one of the funnest, most fun streams.
Definitely check it out.
Funnest.
It might be twitch.tv/infiltration. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
But I can find out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Infiltration 85.
Also, going on that happened, I guess it was this last weekend, and shout outs to, where is it right there? You know what, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. It's CEM, Sem.
Where is this from?
He's from. I mean, I'm guessing he's from Germany because there was a tournament that took place in Germany this past weekend.
Okay.
Called Fight Club NRW, and so he actually sent me the top 8 of that one as well. If you guys would like us to talk about, obviously, if it's not a weekly, if it's an actual major event, we'll definitely be more than happy to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
So if you send us information about it, we'll do that for sure. But 7th place was Ken Aora. With numbers in there, so I'm going to assume that's what it is. Healing Care, who played Cammy, also tied for 7th place. 5th place was Shiva with Nash, and Ken Deep with Laura and Mika. 4th place was Nani with Ken. 3rd place was Thompson with M. Bison. Second place was Demulant with Ken, and Hollybell with Ken and Dalsum took first place.
Nice.
And he actually has sent me a little information as
cool.
well. Basically, about Hollybell and Sheva in particular, they've both been fairly active and successful in Street Fighter 4.
I remember.
Hollybell made top 3 at Red Fight District 3, and he's attended Kakutop last time. He's not as familiar with a lot of the other players in there because he's more from a Guilty Gear and KOF background, apparently. So, but he's always heard good results from them and from Demulant as well.
I remember those names for sure.
Yeah, there you go. So that's cool stuff. Also, do we have any other results that you want to talk about? I can't recall what happened in the last couple of weeks, to be honest with you.
Dude, we tried thinking about it, and I couldn't remember either.
Yeah.
And we tried looking up news. So, again, if we're missing something, please let us know. We're happy to cover it. We just don't remember if there's anything else.
Yeah, the hardest part, too, is that, the FGC calendar, which is such a great resource, whenever the day passes, it blanks out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we can't look backwards.
That seems like an oversight.
Yeah, I don't know if he does it on purpose or not. Like, I feel like he should keep them in there.
Yeah, that would be really helpful.
I don't know. We'll see.
But okay.
Yeah, we'll see. We should mention that too, actually. Well, let's talk about upcoming events this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, so obviously we've already mentioned Final Round, right? We could probably... that's the launch date, I see. So Pokken's coming out this weekend.
Pokken, yep.
Yep.
We'll talk about that more coming up.
But a really big tournament in the Smash scene is coming up, which is the South by Southwest Battle of the Five Gods. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on in the show. But that's going to be taking place this weekend. But most important, what I wanted to mention, because there's a bunch of other smaller events here.
Weekly stuff.
Yeah, weekly stuff. But tomorrow, NLBC is going to be bumping. Yep. I mean, they're going to be, as Seth Killian has described it before, nuts to butts inside there. And pretty much there's going to be a huge extra pop bonus that Spooky is putting in of his own accord. He's just putting it in there just to get more people there. Justin Wong is going to be there. A whole bunch of people there are going to be there for practicing for Final Round. So it is going to be quite a thing.
It will be a good event. Yep, definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, I don't know how many West Coast players are going to Final Round. Do we?
You know what? I haven't talked with them specifically, but I hope that people will be traveling. I expect that people will be traveling. They did to Winter Brawl, and I feel like if you're going to travel to Winter Brawl, you're probably going to make it to Final Round.
You got to imagine Snake Eyes will be there. So, yeah.
To regulate.
Oh, man.
That's right.
But yeah, NLBC, definitely check that out. That will be on Team Spooky tomorrow, Team Spooky stream.
Yep.
TEAMSP00KY. Yep. But of course, if you don't know that by now, I don't know how you're here.
Yeah. Shout outs if you are, but I don't think we're the gateway.
No.
I think we're a few doors in.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. We're kind of tucked away in that back corner area over there. So. Yeah. Okay, so other events that are coming up, not necessarily this weekend.
Yeah.
CEO 2016 another one of the big majors of the year. Always super exciting event. Registration is now live. So definitely, if you plan to go, take the opportunity to register now. Always nice to register early. Yeah. Not only helps, it helps the TOs a lot. They can get a good idea of what the numbers are. It also helps a lot of the other players because then they'll see, a lot of people are going, so I want to go as well, et cetera, et cetera. So if you can. It's
often cheaper too.
Yeah. Great banner, by the way.
Ooh, yeah, the one of Fang with the Benjamins and whatever behind him.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, shout outs to Ian for this banner. That's so fantastic. But this is to celebrate basically Wizard World Gaming just had an event recently up in Portland.
Yeah.
It was Portland, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it was up in the Northwest and it was really cool. They put up some prize money for a lot of the events. They're having another one in St. Louis.
Sick.
This one's going to be taking place on the weekend of April 1st. And this one will have $7,000 in cash prizes with Street Fighter V and Tekken both receiving $3,000 of that.
Oh, cool.
And $1,000 of that will be going to Naruto.
Dang, sick.
Yeah, which I heard was commentated by Steve and Steve.
Yeah, I heard.
Steve Squared, and I heard that was actually pretty epic.
I did hear that as well.
So, but definitely check that out. Justin Wong, Ricky Ortiz is supposed to be there. LPN is supposed to be there.
Nice.
Rip will be there, and New Day apparently is going to be there.
Weren't they at the previous one?
Yeah, they were at the previous one as well. So, so definitely check that out. It seems like they're trying to do a whole series of things. Like it says here that there's going to be future events in Philadelphia, Sacramento, Orlando, Chicago, Austin, and Pittsburgh. So,
interesting that they would just have Naruto and not Pokken. But that's cool.
But so speaking of the tournaments that are coming up this weekend.
I'm sorry, I can't keep a straight face.
Coming up this weekend,
I wanted to.
We mentioned South by Southwest Gaming reveals the Smash Invitational lineup. This is the battle of the 5 gods. Of course, the 5 gods we already knew were going to be there: Mewtwo King, PPMD, Hungrybox, Mango, and Armada. But they revealed a whole bunch of other players who are going to be showing up over there, including MacD, Nintendude, Axe, Ice, Plup, Lucky, Silent Wolf, SFAT, Wobbles, Drugged Fox, Pew Pew U, S2J, Hugs, Shroomed, Westballs, amongst a bunch of other people who I'm just going to go there and enter the tournament. So, yeah.
Cool.
So that is going to be a huge tournament. Going to be really exciting to watch that. Let me go back to the calendar and see who is streaming that event, actually. Looks like it's going to be... it's going to be on SXSW Gaming Esports, which is what the exhibition last year that we did was streamed on.
Right.
So, interesting. Okay, so it's not actually going to be streamed on a Smash Streamers channel.
Okay.
It's actually going to be on the
Check
South by Southwest channel. Okay. So, again, that's twitch.tv/SXSW Gaming Esports. So, there you go.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. What else is going on?
Also wanted to mention, speaking of Pokken.
Pokken.
Pokken. So there is that tournament series that's been going on that they're planning to do this year. Like they just announced CEO was a part of it.
I'm sorry, I'm literally tearing up. That's. Anyway, go on.
Pokken is receiving $100,000 prize pool.
Okay.
For their tournament championship series.
That is nothing to laugh at.
That is $100,000. It's funny because Magus actually tweets like, "Who is this game marketed for?" Right? And I was like, "Dude, Pokemon's 20 years old now. A lot of those 5-year-old players back then are like 25 now. So maybe they want a serious fighting game. Who knows?"
Look, I'm a little bit confused about the demographic myself, but there are certainly tons of different gaming communities that it like has a little bit to do with.
Right.
So if a little bit of each of those ones like gets interested, it could be a huge scene.
Right.
And certainly, I'm looking forward to trying it out myself. It's coming out this weekend. Right?
Yeah, I think so. I think the launch day is actually on the FGC calendar. It says it's launching on Friday.
There you go. So there you go. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too.
Try out that in the champ. See how it goes.
Yeah.
It looks pretty sick, I think.
That was the name of a Pokemon, I assume?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah. Machamp. And that might be
this
how it's
properly pronounced. This is a game that pronounced. I will definitely not be trying to commentate anytime soon.
You're not going to try it out? You're going to try it out at least?
Well, I'll mess with it for sure. Yeah.
I mean, once you see the names, you'll know them. Like, I don't know a bunch of the Pokemon because I just didn't play that much after the first one. So I don't really know a lot of them, but whatever. Like once you play it for the first time, you'll see it's like learning any.
Yeah, but I just feel like if I'm not able to like talk about what generation they're from or what water type or psychic type or whatever like that.
For example, when Persona became a fighting game, did it bother you that you didn't know like the extended lore behind the characters?
True. I guess that's true.
It didn't matter, right?
Okay.
And it'll be the same for Pokken.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't really matter.
I mean, look,
it's cool.
I love Picross. Picross is like one of my favorite kinds of puzzle games. Okay. Right? They came out with a Pokemon Picross, and that should be right up my alley. I didn't really like it that much.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I don't know if it had anything to do with the Pokemon, but they just put all these weird things like set a water type and then use their special powers, and I was like,
dude,
I just want to play Picross.
I
just want to play Picross, dude. So.
I mean, really, Pokemon isn't that tough to understand. It's really. it's a fun series. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to the game.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, speaking of games, let's talk about game news here.
Okay.
There was actually a really cool video that just came out, basically, that compared all the different input delay timings between various fighting games on the PC version.
Yes.
And Street Fighter V didn't look so good.
Yeah.
It actually did the worst, even worse than Mortal Kombat X on the PC.
Yeah, that is to say, not the updated MKX.
Yeah.
Like, the janky one.
Yeah, if you're not doing better than MKX on the PC, you'll have some serious issues.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit... But the interesting thing is that Ultra Street Fighter 4 used to have this ability to let you turn off VSync. That's not there on Street Fighter 5, and apparently you can do it by hacking the INI file. Yeah. And if you do, it does actually improve the input delay a little bit.
A lot, actually, if I recall correctly.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then, dude, I still don't know how this... Look, somebody kept telling me this during the beta season, and I just didn't even talk to Capcom about it because I didn't even think it was going to be necessary to say anything. Okay. But you can't remap keys on the keyboard yet. You have to play with the default keys. Like, people are using, like, hack things that turn, like, the map keys to different keys to be able to play that on there. Yep. And there are some people who are legit playing on the keyboard. So
there always have been, yeah.
I don't know. So,
dude, look, it continues to be absurd. Yeah. Hopefully, when this March update comes out, some of this stuff at least will be fixed.
Yeah, I mean, dude, don't get us wrong. Like, seriously... The game is so much fun.
Oh, the gameplay.
I love this game so much. But, dude, everything around the game is like...
It's a garbology.
Yeah, pretty much, so...
Yep.
Okay, so, yeah, hopefully they patch in an ability to turn off VSync, because that would probably help a lot, so... But let's talk about this thing that you were hinting at a little bit earlier, the auto-confirms.
Right. So this is built off the same idea as when in Mortal Kombat X, an option select in that game, where you would get something to come out on block, and if it hits, you would get something else to come out, or nothing to come out.
Right.
Right, depending on what you wanted. It appears that Street Fighter V has the same sort of idea. On block, nothing will come out. On hit, special move will come out. Which means that you can just walk around doing stand jab, buffer into hurricane kick with Ken, and it works on hit. And on block, just the jab. Yeah. So that's super good.
Now, a lot of people were saying that it's harder than it looks. Obviously, everyone can record the dummy to do it once and then show how broken it is. I've heard some people say it's actually not super hard, Ken standing jab. Now, the other thing I have not heard yet is anyone talk about any other normal moves.
I haven't tried yet.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if that's, but you know what? Like, I don't even know if it's worth practicing it. Because,
that's why I haven't tried.
Because they've been working so hard killing all the option selects. It's got, it's...
Gotta think it's out here.
It's probably
if I were competing at final round, buddy, I would spend so much time learning that.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Absolutely. But I'm not. And so I'm just learning the game and having fun because that's like my role. So yeah, I agree with you that it's definitely going to get patched out.
Someone actually asked this question to me on Twitter, and it was funny because I don't think anyone's tried it yet.
Okay.
Has anyone tried that really goofy tech from Street Fighter 4, that thing that if you do the button press, that it only comes out if they attack? Remember
the
that
proximity OS?
Yeah, that proximity OS.
Yeah, it's probably in there.
I wonder if it exists.
It existed in Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue, right? So it just seems like it might be something having to do with proximity guard in general. If that's true, it's probably in SF5. Right. I haven't tested it yet.
Okay. But yeah, I'm assuming that'll get patched out at some point in time. But
Casey Core in the chat brings up an interesting point. Says the problem with killing off the OS stuff is that people will just hide all of their tech like the old days. I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Absolutely true. It's funny because I kept finding all these Zangief things and I keep tweeting him the Snake Eyes and he doesn't respond to me.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's mad at me exposing some of the things that he wants to use.
Yeah.
Because he's done that stored 720. Like, people said they've seen him do that, like Stan Short walk up and then 720. He's known about it for a long time. His only tweet that I saw from him was like, I can't believe people don't think I know about this already.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll see how it goes.
He's good at investigating stuff. So.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Street Fighter V, Capcom has asked people to submit evidence of rage quitters. Apparently, some rage quitters have been started to get punished.
Yeah.
League points have been disappearing from some players.
Yeah.
So.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm hoping that they want more reports so that they can see patterns in the player, so they can mine the data a little bit more and see kind of behaviors. See if there's any key factors that they can kind of recognize that can trigger them as, oh, this is a rage quitter.
Right.
Outside of using us to report it to them, so they can basically, we're policing ourselves right now, which is kind of silly.
Yeah.
Like, we shouldn't be doing this, right? We shouldn't have to be reporting at all.
And it's not that consequential anyway. A person just can keep rage quitting, no big deal.
Right, exactly. So, and plus another thing too is like, I think the requirements they sent out was like they had to have like some crazy like 80%, 90% rage quit rate or something like that. So it's not going to hit a lot of people. So yeah, you still see a lot of people rage quitting right now on stream. So,
yeah, I've seen it.
Hopeful, but I mean, they did say that they do have plans to deal with it. So I hope that this wasn't it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I look forward to a day when we look back on Street Fighter V's launch as just something that happened in the past, and isn't it great that all of those problems were solved? Hopefully.
Let's hope.
Even MKX fixed a lot of its stuff.
Yeah.
Not at PC's not there, but anyway.
Again,
all right.
As they mentioned, as in the SRK article, KOF 14, just coming out soon, has had the worst time trying to keep secrets.
Yes.
Because apparently the entire roster was leaked.
Right.
Not necessarily the characters' names, but just basically.
I mean, you like almost all those characters are ones that I know.
Right. There's a few new ones in here. Like apparently this South American team, no one seems to recognize anybody in there. There's a couple of other ones that are strange that like some people don't recognize.
Yeah.
There's one. This dude, like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Dude, that guy looks so bizarre. Like. Yeah. Seriously, he's such a strange looking
He's a villain.
Yeah, he's a villain.
On Team Villain.
Yeah, Team Villain. I think it's kind of funny they have Team Another World with characters from other fighting games. So that's NuckleDu there, and then two other characters from a couple of other games. I think it's Sky Love's Love Heart and Dragon Gal's Mui Mui. Yeah.
I don't know.
But
women fighters. Anyway, yeah, there's basically the characters in KOF 14.
And anyone who has a red border apparently are new characters that have not been in KOF before or something to that effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So,
but yeah, a lot of those characters are characters that we know, so and are not surprises.
Right, and Dinosaur!
Oh yeah, brand new character, totally in red there for a good reason. Happens to be on Team Mexico.
Yep.
Happens to shout out Justice Hurricane as he... Brand new character though.
Dinosaur. But this does say that with this many characters, that there will be over 19,600 possible teams that you can create. So, but yeah, shout outs to KOF being unable to maintain secrecy with their game and stuff. But
I'm looking forward to playing T-Zoc. It'll be cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, every time I see that game, it looks nicer.
Although the most recent picture of Choi didn't look very good to me.
Oh yeah, did you see the trailer?
No, I didn't see the trailer. There was just a picture of him like staring at the screen, and he just looked kind of weird to me.
I thought in the trailer the graphics definitely looked like it was a step up.
Okay.
So, anyway,
Japan, they had a demonstration for the two new characters in Guilty Gear Xrd Revelation, which was Kum Hae Hyun and Raven, right? So they got to show off some of those characters. Did you get to see any of those?
I did.
I was really interested in Goom, I guess it's supposed to be pronounced.
Okay.
Goom Hae Hyun. Because they said that this character is designed for beginners to help people get into the game. And if you watch this character, like the character literally has fireball, like an uppercut, like a spin kick.
Yeah.
The character did not look very complicated at all.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I think that this might actually work pretty well. So.
But there's some depth in there though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you can,
yeah.
You can pilot the fireball or something. Isn't that the deal?
Well, the fireballs, I think, automatically, like, depending on what button you use, I think they
maybe
do
that's what
different
it is.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he definitely rolls along the floor like a tank, which is kind of funny.
What do you think people... What gender pronoun will people use to talk about Coom?
That's a really good question.
Because the robot is an old man.
Right. But obviously it's being piloted
by a girl.
Yeah. And the wind pose where he, like, flexes and, like, the back opens up and all the steam comes out and you see her arm come out with the fan and she starts fanning. It's just really funny.
Did you see the one where she accidentally causes, like, the meltdown?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think that's just her win. I think that's just every time that's what she does.
I thought that was super cool.
Yeah. It probably is most people are probably going to say she.
Okay, all right. I just think that's funny to think about.
Yeah.
But then... that wasn't the only character shown.
Right, Raven was also shown. I didn't get to see a lot of this character. Did you actually get to watch some of the stuff?
I did watch some of that stuff. Yeah, I think it's a really interesting looking character. We talked a little bit about what the character does last time. But yeah, I'm really excited to try it out. The ranged command grab speaks to me. Counter stuff is interesting to me. I like some of the movement, so I'm definitely gonna try it out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the game is coming out. Later this year. It's supposed to be in June 7th in North America, May 26th in Japan, and June 10th in Europe. Shout outs to them actually getting it to Europe at a decent time for once. So, but yeah, no, I'm super excited for this game. So we'll be at EVO.
That's right.
Do you want to take a break and then when we come back, finish it off with some community stuff? Or
you got it.
Did you just want to just barrel through the rest of this?
Is there much?
Not much. Let's take a break.
Sure.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Let's talk about community stuff now.
One thing I do want to mention, of course, in the Connecticut's ad that we have during the break, if you guys don't know about this already, they're coming out with that set of figures, including the Daigo Umehara figure.
That's right, yeah.
They're actually going to have a Daigo Umehara figure with like Ryu and Evil Ryu. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that Daigo is the first person in our community to get a figure, so... But yeah, let's talk about some community news.
Okay, what's going on?
So first of all, did we get a chance to talk about the fact that MarkMan has joined the EVO staff?
I don't think we talked about that.
Okay, so MarkMan, he's left Mad Catz. We did talk about this. At least I know I talked about it. I think it was when Sejam was on here.
Yeah, I think
it
you're
was.
right. Yeah.
Where it was actually really nice that Mad Catz laid him off because then he got all the benefits and everything like that, right? Instead of just letting him quit. Like, they knew he wanted to leave, so laying him off is such a nice thing to do, right? So he said that he's got his own goals, he wants to do his own things, And then he announced, I'm joining EVO staff, I'm helping them with EVO staff. And I was like, this is awesome, this is
such
great.
A good fit.
Yeah, he's going to be perfect for that. But then he was like, this is not my main project. I was like, oh, interesting, okay. Then he just announced, now he is officially like the community manager for Namco Bandai, and he's going to be helping promote Tekken and everything like that. And I was like, that's so smart, because he's the best at that. He does all that stuff.
He was doing it anyway, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So now he's just official.
Yeah.
Then he announced, this is not my main project.
Oh, yeah?
So who knows what it is that he actually is planning to work on.
Okay.
But he's keeping himself busy in the meantime. But again, this guy, he understands business really well. He's a smart guy, lots of connections, just overall good person, So he's a great pickup for EVO. He's a great pickup for Bandai Namco. I always want to say Namdai Banco for some strange reason. Like, that rolls off the tongue easier. I don't know why.
Just call it Namco, man.
Namco.
Their efforts aside, it's just Namco.
Yeah.
I've always thought and been impressed by Mark. I feel like he's the most magnanimous person in fighting games. It's so rare for him to say something negative about somebody else. He is so nice, and even if he personally, like in private, doesn't care for someone, he'll be the first person on Twitter to say congratulations. And it's like an inspiration in business to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's just I'm so impressed by that because it really helps. I mean, he, not only did he help with Mad Cats, but he's quickly joining 2 or maybe more, I guess, things, and it's because of developing relationships like that. Right. So, he's an inspiration to me.
Yeah, I mean, look, when Street Fighter 4 first took off, it was MarkMan who convinced them to make the TE sticks.
Yeah.
It was MarkMan who convinced Mad Cats to sponsor all these events. Mad Cats has been sponsoring Street Fighter events since the beginning of Street Fighter 4. I was going to say time, but really Street Fighter 4, right? So, and he's the one who did it, right? So he's another one of those guys that has a lot to thank for where we are right now.
Yeah.
And where could we have been? A bunch of people going, yo, can I borrow your stick? Yo, can I borrow your stick? Dude, now everyone can pick up any joystick, including Chris Tatarian picking up Ricksta's joystick, even though he broke one earlier from getting mad. And Ricksta being on stream, being terrified because Chris T was using his joystick.
I don't know the story. Okay. Yeah.
At Wednesday Night Fights, he lost to Michael Koryu, right? And apparently he got so mad, Chris broke his own stick.
Dang.
And so he was using other people's stick. And so there was a joystick sitting on the table in front of Eris, and Chris was like, can I use the stick? And Eris was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I don't know whose it is. And so Chris picks it up, and then Ricksta comes by and is like, where's my stick? He's like, oh, that was yours. Chris is using it now. He broke a stick earlier.
Dang.
And then he had a run back with Koryu.
Dang.
And so Rick was just like, oh my god, please win, Chris. Please win, Chris.
And he did, right?
He did. He won.
I didn't get to watch.
So Ricksta's joystick was safe.
Nice.
It survived that Wednesday night fight. So.
Shout outs to Eris.
Yeah. Oh man, Eris is the best.
Okay, well, good job to Mark.
Yeah. I want to get his official name. The guy who works on FrameTrapped, Tom Piddock. That's what it is right there. He has developed this tool called FrameTrapped. It existed on Street Fighter 4 as well.
Yep.
And I'm assuming Street Fighter 5 has a lot of similarities, so he was able to do the same kind of plugin, I guess, for Street Fighter 5 on the PC, in which you can turn on all the hitboxes. So you can actually check out all the hitboxes. It's entered open alpha. You can check them out at their official website at frametrapped.com. But I mean, here, check this out. Like you can see this really cool video here. Like, check this out. So you can see where they are on their boxes. You can see the hit boxes. I wonder if check that out. I'm assuming orange is projectile.
That makes sense.
Right. So that's probably a projectile hitbox. So you can see all sorts of things like that. They have another picture up here where you can see a bunch of Fung's boxes here and a list of data. And apparently you can also use it to take snapshots as well. Someone's actually, oh God, you know what? I don't remember his name and I feel bad now, but he actually went on Imgur and uploaded like everybody's hitboxes. So like for free use. So
I saw that.
I can go to Imgur and grab that and check that out. So
yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, there you go.
FrameTrapped, FrameTrapped.com.
Yes. Shout outs to Tom Piddock. Yes, I see some people could not process what I said. So,
okay.
Also, Chris G announced that he and Tempo Storm have parted ways.
Right.
So it's really interesting because I mean I've talked to Chris before. He likes what Tempo Storm did for him before in the past. So wonder if he's got bigger things down the line. Chris G's, look, he's a super talented player. If you think that all he plays is Marvel, whatever like that, that's definitely not the case.
No.
He's super good at so many games. He's been super good at MKX and Injustice in the past. He's really good at KOF. He's really good at Third Strike, obviously on the Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, I'm sure he's going to be fine. So, he's going to be a force for a while. So I'm wondering if he's looking to get picked up by a different group or something. But, he is definitely not a part of Tempo Storm anymore.
The Street Fighter 5 hitboxes were put up by Aish.
Ah, that's what it is. Okay, yeah, EISH, right? Yeah, okay. So if you, it was not on Imgur, it's on DeviantArt.
Right.
Sorry, my bad, guys, my bad. It's on DeviantArt, so definitely look up his account on DeviantArt then. Cool. so Smash Brothers community, they're very good at releasing documentaries.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, they release really good documentaries.
They have.
They've started to release some of the mini documentaries that was following the top Smash players at the Big House 5.
Cool.
I can't lie, I still haven't seen the original Smash documentary. But you know who has?
Not me.
Lupe Fiasco's seen it.
Oh, that's right.
Apparently, he was talking smack about Smash. So apparently, he's talking smack about all these other communities, and some communities had to hold that L, I guess, right?
MK had to hold that L. Yep.
But apparently, he started saying stuff about Smash Bros. And they said, Lupe, check out this documentary. And he watched the documentary, and he's like, this is sick, and started asking what DI was,
Yeah,
and he was like super interested in everything. So NRS crew's got to make a documentary, dude.
Hey, dude, they were on
WB, that's right, chasing the cup.
Was it WB?
Yeah, Warner Brothers.
Wasn't CW?
Oh, is it the same thing now? That's right.
I think what's
Yeah, you're right. It is the CW.
The
It is
CW.
the CW. Yeah.
I don't know for the life of me what that stands for, James, but it was on the CW.
You're right. The WB is what they were called so long ago. I'm
Yeah.
outing my age again. So UPN, yeah, exactly. I haven't seen that. I didn't see any of the
I watched
Chasing
a
the
bunch
Cup.
of it. I thought it was good.
Oh, you thought it was good? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought that they did a good job.
Nice.
Yeah, it was not overly shticky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I mean there was definitely some, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So.
Uh,
Yeah, nobody knows what CW stands for.
Channel Warner. That's what I'm gonna guess.
Why not?
That's what I'm gonna guess. So.
Okay.
Today, Street Fighter Resurrection is supposed to have premiered today. I haven't checked to see if it has. But it is supposed to premiere today. You should be able to see it on Go90. Let me see if I have an official web page here for you guys. But this is, so you guys saw Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. I hope a lot of people have seen that. This is basically the sequel to it. Same group of guys are now doing a movie based off of Street Fighter V storyline. Seems to center around Nash quite a bit. And there's like little cuts of Laura that I've seen in there and everything. But the interesting thing is that one of the major players in the most recent trailer they showed was DiCaprio.
Right.
So DiCaprio apparently seems to factor in here. So, but yeah, check that out at Go90. I'm surprised they don't have a link to their site here.
What do you mean? Why don't you just click on the YouTube video and take it yourself to their YouTube channel?
Sure, no problem. Let's click on this YouTube link. So Street
And then
Fighter
go to the channel.
Legacy, Street Fighter Legacy. See, I'm wondering if they're doing this here, if you have to go to a specific site to view.
It's not on their YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's not on their YouTube channel.
In any case, yeah, the previous one was really good, and I'm looking forward to this one. Do you think it will be canon? It was shown. The preview for it was shown at Capcom Cup.
I got to imagine it's got to be canon.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like that endorsement means that it's going to be canon.
And I wonder if it's the same kind of the same story that's being told in the Udon comic, because I know Udon comic did a whole bunch of stories on Nash and why he's back. So I wonder if it's going to be following kind of the similar storyline or something. So yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
All right, cool.
Also on our channel, you just uploaded a bunch of new match videos.
Yes, I did. I uploaded some commentaries. Well, so the matches themselves come from uploads by YogaFlame24 and Black Vegeta X. I highly recommend checking out both of their channels at, I think, youtube.com/YogaFlame24 and Black Vegeta X. They're really good at uploading new Street Fighter V videos. They follow a bunch of good players on the CFN, Capcom Fighting Network, and they watch and upload a ton of videos per day. They did it with Street Fighter 4 as well, and it was just a very good way to find good players, as the viewer, from our perspective, to see good players playing diverse characters. And that was especially great in 4, where there were a ton of characters and some you didn't get to see very often. But in this one, so far, they've done a great job of picking out new good matches. Anyway, so I put up on youtube.com/UltraChenTV a couple of videos of myself commentating over matches that I got from both of those uploaders. And one of them I thought was cool. It was Ryu versus Dhalsim. A look at that matchup and the different ways that top players play it. So I looked at Daigo, of course you know him, Ryu player. Tori Messingo was a top Street Fighter 4 Dhalsim.
Okay.
See how they play. And then Daigo played against another sim. And then Filipino Champ played against Alex Valle.
Yes.
Filipino Champ played against For Wood. And each of those Ryus had a different style, and each of the Sims had a different style. And it's super cool, I think, to see how there are those different takes on the same matchup and the same characters. But, you know, that's something that a fighting game can do. It gives you this sense of individuality in how you play. So, anyway, check it out. Yeah, hope you enjoy it.
I can't remember. I think it was from one of the GDC conversations. A lot of people have been live tweeting it and stuff like that. And one of the talks about esports was, you know, how much of like the most successful esports it's like some of the crucial ones are where the players a lot of their personality can shine through their gameplay. And I mean, obviously I'm biased, but I just don't feel like that happens more than in fighting games. Yeah. And I feel like Street Fighter V, the way that it's built, because it's so fundamental based and it's less set play, that you really get to see the personality of the players a lot more. Because before it was just like, okay, you're an Akuma player, you better learn this vortex. And then everyone was doing the vortex, right? But in this game, like that one at Winter Ball, we had 3 Kens in top 8, and they all played differently. Right. Arturo and Filipino Champ play very different Dhalsims, you know. So yeah, again, just leads back to I'm excited for final round. So
Daigo didn't pressure that hard. When he got a knockdown, he just sort of stayed at like third screen, quarter screen range. Whereas Forward was like dash, 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 dash. It was totally different.
So again, Dimension Kick. The uploaders were Yoga Flame 24 and Black Vegeta X, right? Yes.
I also want to shout out Flying High on YouTube. Puts up videos as well, and not just for Street Fighter. He has also done a bunch of Marvel 3 online Marvel 3 sets. So those are all good. Those are people who I follow who put up pretty regular content. That
I gotta start going into there and just checking this out. But God, I just like. Do you actually like put them on while you're working or something like that and watch some of them in the background?
No, I typically do it like while I'm eating breakfast or eating lunch or in between ranked matches or you know, find little times here and there. If I'm at the gym, something like that.
Someone's saying that there were some massive Smash 4 changes today.
Oh, really? I didn't hear about that.
I didn't hear about that, yeah.
Another change that I heard about is that Kinder Party is going to be leaving.
Oh, that's right.
Marvel Lives. I don't know what the deal is.
The only thing that I saw from him was a tweet that just says that he needed to back up a little bit, off a little bit. He's just probably busy. I mean, look, life is life, right? Well, everyone's got lots of stuff that they got to do.
Of course. So. I hope that things are okay. But in any case, he's going to be leaving that show.
Podcast, yeah.
And not commentating anymore either, which is unfortunate because he was really good at both of those. So today was the last one he hosted. I watched it. Kane Blue River was on there.
Persia's taken over as the main host starting next week. So, but someone did mention also that there were some KI leaks as well. I guess Maya's twin sister is going to be in the game or something. Like, she's a brand new character. But then a Gears of War character is going to be showing up, like General Ramza or something. I mean, look, I call him the Arbiter, so there's no way I'm going to know anything about General Ramza or whatever his name was. So, but apparently a couple of characters did get leaked, but they're supposed to be added to Season 3 at some point in time.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's coming out pretty soon. March 29th is not far away.
Exactly. Ram. Oh, it's just Ram. Okay. All right, Arbiter and Ramza. There we go. Ramza. There you go. I don't know why I thought there was a Z in there.
Well, Ramza is for something else.
Oh, is that what it is?
I forget.
Okay.
Ramza 1.5. That's fine. Or 1
Nice.
Anyway, anything else to talk about?
Nothing that I can think of right now. I did want to apologize. The First Attack episodes are taking a little bit time to come out, but I'm trying to do something different. Look, I don't ever mean that the First Attack shows to go for 2.5 hours, for 2 hours. Like, I literally go in there with the intent of making them last like an hour and a half. And then you know how I am. I just talk forever and ever and ever. So basically what we're trying to do is get someone to edit them down into smaller bits so that they cut out a lot of the parts that I ramble. And then I'm going to upload the smaller bits so that they're more condensable, they're more consumable. But I'm also going to upload the full thing as well. Just in case you really have the time to sit there and watch the full 2.5 hours, you want to see everything that I have to say about the topic, whether it's tangential or whatever. So I'm going to upload both of them so that way for those who don't have as much time, they can watch the shorter ones, etc., etc. So it's a little bit of experiment I want to try out. Hopefully people will appreciate that kind of situation. So,
who's your top 8 at final round in Street Fighter V? Absurd question.
Look, I'm hard pressed to ever bet against Infiltration. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna say Infiltration will probably do super well.
He probably will. He probably will. About the catfishing thing, I don't know if there's much to say.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
Sucks.
It happens. I mean, I don't know, like, there's nothing to really talk about it. You know, it happened.
It was a fact of history.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry it did happen. Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, especially to anybody who, in particular, felt like that they were, in particular, deceived.
Yeah.
For me, whenever I see a picture on Twitter, I just assume it's not them. I guess that's just how I am. But I guess the person also passed off other photos as well, so.
Yeah, and like talked on Discord and stuff. So.
Yeah.
In any case, I don't know super much about it. And in any case, it sucks. There you go. That's basically my take on it.
Okay.
Well, will there be a new face in top 8?
Ooh. I'm going to say, well, what counts as a new face, right? Someone who has only played Street Fighter V, or one of those players that's always been kind of good but just off the radar, and then he just makes top 8.
Like Native Impact picks a good character and he wins
right,
NLBC.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
Right. See, I would bet on that.
Yeah.
But not like someone who just picked up Street Fighter V. It's not. We haven't been playing long enough.
Years from now.
Yeah.
But
Sonic Fox could very well.
Yeah, he's not a new guy.
Yeah, but he's new to Street Fighter.
Yeah, he is, I guess. But yeah, like there were many people in Street Fighter 4, and this always happens, who in all the games who saddled themselves with poor characters, and if in this game they pick a good one, and like they're all good, so then you'll see a different result. You'll definitely that's a real effect that I went through of playing Q for a million years. I'm making like 3 top 8s ever.
Oh man!
And then winning a bunch of locals in SF4.
ST Cami, baby.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, it's real.
Baby.
It's real.
Yeah, have I actually ever won a tournament with ST Cami? I don't know if I have. Second place is the highest I've gotten for sure, because that's when I got bodied by Daigo.
Yeah.
When he laughed at me. So, Daigo, please.
Geef. A bunch of 3 punches, a bunch of rotating the stick. Easy life.
Oh, man.
Not exactly, but it was definitely easy compared to Q.
Right. God.
Well, anything else to talk about?
Nope. Just make sure you tune in to Final Round this weekend. Again, Capcom Fighters will be streaming all of Street Fighter V. But make sure you also check out Team Spooky stream, and I'm sure there's going to be a ton of other ones, like maybe Combat Network or whatever like that. A bunch of people are probably going to be streaming there as well.
You want to check the FGC calendar? Is it in there?
Oh, that's true.
I believe that 645 is doing the Marvel.
Oh, okay.
But let's see. Yeah, there's a whole list.
Okay, so it's Capcom Fighters, Team Spooky, Funky P, 645, all spelled out.
Yes.
Combat Network, Smash Studios, and NYC Furby.
Okie doke.
There you go.
All right, well, have a good one. Enjoy Final Round. We'll be back on Tuesday, but right before we go to Sacramento for NorCal Regionals the very following weekend.
Yeah.
Making 4 consecutive weekends on which I will have flown in an airplane.
Oh, that's right, because you just came back from on one, huh?
Yeah.
Well, also, I just want to remind people that this Thursday I will also, so in 2 days, I'll be doing a First Attack episode. I'm going to try to do them on Thursday from now on. I was trying to do it consistently on Monday. Yeah. Then I remembered, here comes all the tournaments, and I remember why our Monday shows got canceled all the time. Yeah. So I'm going to try to do them consistently on Thursday, so that way when we come back from events, I don't cancel them every week. So
cool, man. All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Peace out, everybody.